The federal firearm buyback program for individuals is now underway. It's starting as a pilot project in Nova Scotia to work the kinks out before broadening out to the rest of the country. Now, under the program, gun owners can turn in their guns or have them made inoperable. The program will reopen for businesses later in the fall. This comes in the wake of controversial comments made by Canada's public safety minister, who was recorded telling an acquaintance he doesn't think the ban is enforceable. For its part, the Alberta government wants the plan scrapped and is asking law enforcement in the province to focus on other things. JR Cox has been watching all of this closely. He's the former owner of the Shooting Edge in Calgary, which he closed last year. JR joins us now. It's real. The government says if someone doesn't do the buyback, they still need to get rid of the gun or deactivate it or risk criminal liability. How much are you and others you're in touch with worried about these details?
I think we are. It's definitely a discussion with firearms owners. Remember, there's almost 2.4 million firearms owners in this country. There's approximately 600,000 Canadians who have these firearms. So it's not a small number of people that this is going to affect. And the conversations right now in discussing this is what people will do. And it's also based around the compensation for this confiscation, because there's nothing they keep saying that it's voluntary, but it's either turn it in, destroy it, or go to jail. So I don't know how that's really there's not really a happy option in there for you if you've spent a lot of money on these firearms.
Given what you've just said and that you have firearms that would fit into these categories, what is, and I know this is just a pilot right now in Nova Scotia, but what is your intention, or how are you wrestling with this?
Well, I am wrestling with it, but I still own firearms companies. I still own Sterling Arms in Calgary here, which is one of the largest manufacturers of firearms in the country. So I have to comply. Like, there is no option for me, because I have, 50 plus employees who are expecting to come and get paid. And if their boss gets arrested or loses his firearms license, then they're all out of work. So I have a responsibility to my team.
I'm laughing. Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I'm laughing not because it's funny, but just sort of thinking, well, that's a bad look, for a guy that runs a firearms company. And then it has implications, as you point out, for the people who you work with and who work for you. What's an alternative to what's happening now?
We actually had a pretty good balance. Like, you can judge government policy by where it falls for people's approvals. Like, if a bunch of people don't like it, a bunch of people like it, you're probably somewhere in the middle where you're happy. And prior to 2020, when Trudeau upset the apple cart with the bans, there was kind of that detente balance in Canada. I think we'd found the right balance, because people could own these firearms, but you had to take them to ranges. Like, there was such a vetting process, because Canada has a very robust firearms safety program. You have to have training, licensing, vetting. All of these things happen. So it's not like, we have to remember, we're not the United States. And I think Canadians who don't own firearms have to understand that there is a lot of process in place to make sure that Canadians are kept safe from firearms. Everything from storage to how they're used, where they can be used. And we've had that for a long time.
Yeah.
And firearms deaths have been dropping in Canada steadily since the 70s.